Next, we go on to a very cool game called Ice Cool.
Ice Cool. It's designed by Brian Gomez. The artist is Reinis Pētersons. And publisher, was yours Brain Games or...
Brain Games.
Okay, I meant to ask about that, if it was Brain Games or not.
Yep. Which the only other Brain Games game we have played is the one we did, we talked about on the podcast. It was Dig Mars.
Yeah, okay.
So... Ice Cool is a flicking dexterity game where you have these penguins, and the penguins have a ball bearing built into the bottom of them, so you can hit them on the side, and they'll kind of do a wobble and like turn to the left or right. You can hit their head against the ground, they'll flip up in the air.
Yes.
The reason you may want to do this is because you build this really cool school for penguins, like a high school, and it's made out of boxes. So the box, it's like kind of an elongated box, almost like a Monopoly box, but way deeper.
Right.
Like maybe 2 inches deep. Mm-hmm. And there's like 5 boxes in there. You pop them all out and it builds this huge, I don't know, maybe like 20 inch by 20 inch kind of.
That's pretty good size.
Yeah. They have cutouts for the different hallway doors to go into the next area and stuff. And it comes with these little fish. They're like little Meeple fishes. Kind of like clothespins.
Right.
And they connect at the top. They serve two purposes. One, there's some basic color wood ones that kind of hold the game together, but then you put your fish in there as well, and you're trying to flick your guys through the doors to collect your fish pin. When you do that, you get to draw a card from a deck, which will give you 1, 2, 3 points at the end of the game. And the way the game plays is one player each round is the hall monitor, and he's trying to flick somehow into your guys, or even if you touch him, you have to give him your hall pass. And once he collects everyone's hall pass, the round ends, or once one player has collected all their fish pins above the doors by flicking through a hallway or through a door.
Right.
And then you play the game enough times for everybody to be the hall monitor. You count up points, and whoever has the most points is the winner. The reason you want these hall passes, by the way, is because they also give you a fish card that's worth 1, 2, or 3 points. And lastly, there's a special ability on the points where if you spend 2 1 points, like 1 point cards, you flip those over, they have little ice skates and they give you an extra flick. Mm-hmm. Kind of offsets the low value of them.
Yes.
Now, I want to start off by saying that right there is kind of weird. I mean, you could pretty much win the game out of luck. Because you might be 3 cards down, but still have like twice as many points as somebody else.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe 1 or 2 points. Almost like remove the 3-pointers. Because the 1 point gives you that ability, but 2 points is just straight points.
Yeah, I could see that. I think I actually had the most cards, and I think Eric killed me. Because I think he got like
he had
3
like all threes.
Yeah, he had 3 threes and a 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
But again, like I say a lot of times with games like this, I took it for what it is. It's light. I mean, it's whatever. And I never used the trading the ones in to do extra flicks. That might have helped. I don't know.
Did you have it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you should have done that.
I had like 4 ones. I wasn't aware that.
Oh.
Yeah, I was aware. I forgot,
gotcha.
about doing that. So it could have made a difference. I don't know.
We played this multiple times after you left.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I will say one thing. There is literally 0 replayability in this game.
Kind of how I felt after we got done. It was like, okay, I experienced this. And it's weird because this game has gotten a ton of buzz.
Oh, yeah. It's extremely fun while you're playing it. And it's only like a 10 to 15 minute game, even with like 4 players, which is the max. But here's the problem. The board is always the same. Your fish pins are always the same spots. And everyone starts in the same spot every single game and round.
Right.
Nothing changes through the game. And so it's kind of disappointing. I mean, it's the amount of skill that you can get with flicking these penguins is amazing.
But that I was about to say, you could try and develop that skill to just be awesome at it if you want.
But you're playing in the same arena every time. Now, obviously, you can set the board up in different ways. It's not made to be able to do so, but you can do it kinda.
Mm-hmm. You'll probably have an open end or something.
Yeah, you might have a doorway that opens up to the table or something. But at the same time, there's no, like, I hate to say that stuff because it's all house rules. Like, there's no official variants in the book that I'm aware of. At least I don't remember seeing them.
Right.
And there's just nothing else to the game. It's just that light game with the most amazing dexterity pieces ever.
Mm-hmm.
I still have a lot of fun, and I really will play it a lot more, but almost would be awesome to have... I'd rather just play this on a table and set up books and things like that as obstacles and just place your fish pins everywhere, and you have to flick your guy into the fish pin, then you take it off the table and you draw a card.
Yeah, you could do different things with the pieces. I could see that.
I feel like you can do a lot with this. It's just saddening that the company didn't add a lot of that stuff into the book.
Right.
As like official variants and stuff like that. It's just a missed opportunity in my head.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
The doorways were annoying. I do know that. Looking at it, I think they could have just because I know from sheet metal, there's times where you break things and it leaves gaps like that, and I have to weld it. And you can leave it a little extra on the doorways and make it flat. They could have designed that to have it touch.
So there's no gap between the doors.
Yeah, right. They could have designed that to where that gap would have been gone.
Yeah, I guess if you get the more skill that you have, the less you're going to get stuck in things like that, especially getting stuck in the doorways. I don't know. We got stuck quite a bit.
Right.
Is I guess what I was trying to say. And it is kind of annoying. It is annoying that there's a rule in there, like if you're too close to a wall, you can move to the nearest red line. And I feel like maybe the people we're playing with could have not abused that all the time. Like maybe, okay, that's no longer a rule.
Right.
Because then it takes away the skill of being able to flick, because there's no detriment to it. I feel like that in the book, I'm pretty sure it's an actual rule, but it almost needs to be like a handicap or something. Like an optional rule. Like if you're new to the game, use this. If not, so. But otherwise, I think it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I just wish it was a little bit more robust.
Yeah, like I said, we got done playing it, and I was kind of like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, I've pretty much played this 20 times after playing it once.
Right.
We will play this without a table. No table, or
without a table.
Without the included game board.
Yeah, that would probably be fun.
Yeah, because, I mean, flicking over the walls and stuff, for most part, it didn't really matter to the other players. Just the hall monitor so you can get into the room where you're at immediately.
Right.
But could you imagine playing on an open table where you can flick over a book or something?
Yeah.
That would be pretty fun. These pieces need to be used in something way more deep.
Right.
So anyway, that's ice cool. Final thoughts?
We talked about 3 times longer than it took to play it.
Well, then moving on.